A fish may seem calm until the day you find it sitting on the bottom, lifeless, and with no clear sign of what went wrong. But the truth is, almost no aquarium death happens by chance. There's always a cause, and it usually starts with small things. A temperature rise of 1 degree, too much food, a water change done incorrectly. Fish live much longer than most people imagine. Some live over 10 years with proper care. The problem is, this care isn't based on guesswork. It's in the details that many people overlook. In this video, you'll learn 8 simple, practical, and decisive actions that truly extend the life of your fish. No vague theory. These are mistakes and successes that make a real difference in the daily life of any aquarist, beginner or experienced. And the first care is odorless, colorless, and silently deadly. It begins when the water temperature fluctuates too much, and you don't even notice. Let's talk about that now.
1. Stable temperature, the mistake that kills silently. You can't see it, you can't feel it, but fish feel it and pay dearly. Water temperature is one of the most critical factors for fish health, and even small variations can have devastating effects. A fluctuation of just 3 to 5 degrees Fahrenheit during the day can cause heat stress, compromising the fish's immune system and leaving them vulnerable to diseases such as itch, fungi, and opportunistic bacteria. Many tropical fish thrive between 75 degrees Fahrenheit and 80 degrees Fahrenheit, but heating isn't enough. Maintaining this constant range is essential. Heaters with an automatic thermostat are essential, especially in regions where ambient temperatures fluctuate greatly. A good submersible thermometer helps monitor any unexpected changes in real time. Avoid placing the aquarium near windows, air conditioning units, heaters, or direct sunlight. These external sources cause temperature fluctuations that are difficult to control. And remember, at night, drops in ambient temperature are common. If the aquarium is not prepared, the impact can be fatal. Many owners discover too late that their fish died out of nowhere because they ignored the temperature. Don't make this mistake. 2. Oxygenation, when the water looks good but is suffocating the fish. Your aquarium may be crystal clear, odor-free, and yet the fish may be struggling to breathe. A lack of oxygen is one of the most silent and dangerous problems there is, and we usually only notice it when the fish are already gasping at the surface or still at the bottom, gasping for air. The amount of dissolved oxygen in the water depends on several factors: temperature, surface movement, and the number of fish. The warmer the water, the less oxygen it retains. In tropical aquariums, 75 degrees Fahrenheit to 80 degrees Fahrenheit, extra care is needed. The most efficient way to ensure good oxygenation is with filters that move the water's surface, creating constant gas exchange. Air stones and air pumps help, but they are no substitute for good filtration. Another common mistake is overcrowding the aquarium. Too many fish in too little space means constantly decreasing oxygen levels. Additionally, excess organic matter, such as leftover feed and feces, consumes oxygen during decomposition. You can't see the oxygen, but fish feel it constantly.
3. Proper feeding. Excess kills more than hunger. Feeding your fish is one of the most enjoyable parts of having an aquarium, but it's also when you make the most mistakes, and the most common mistake is overfeeding. Yes, what seems like care can turn into poison. Fish have small stomachs and metabolisms adapted to fasting. Most adult species do very well with 2 small meals a day, and some even with just 1. Ideally, offer an amount they can consume within 2 minutes. Leftovers turn to waste, raise ammonia levels, and suck oxygen from the water. Furthermore, varying the diet is essential. Feeding only fleck food, even if it's high quality, can lead to nutrient deficiencies. Introduce live or frozen foods, such as Daphnia and bloodworms, depending on the species. This simulates their natural diet and strengthens their immune system. Oh, and pay attention to the water temperature. The warmer it is, above 78 degrees Fahrenheit, the faster their metabolism, which requires extra care with digestion. Remember, healthy fish is fish that eats well, not too much.
4. Water parameters, the invisible enemy, is pH and ammonia. Water may appear clean, but that doesn't mean it's healthy. The real danger lies in the invisible parameters, and they are the biggest culprits of premature death in aquariums. We're talking primarily about ammonia, nitrite, nitrate, and pH. Ammonia is extremely toxic even in small amounts. When fish excrete, or when food and organic matter are left over, ammonia accumulates. If the biological filter isn't mature or efficient, it won't be transformed into nitrite and then nitrate as it should. The result? Fish burn their gills from the inside, literally. Ideally, you should keep ammonia and nitrite levels always at 0 ppm, nitrate levels below 40 ppm, and the pH within the ideal range for your aquarium species, usually between 6.5 and 7.5 for tropical fish. Use weekly water tests. They're inexpensive and prevent unnecessary losses. If something is out of the ordinary, don't change all the water at once, as this can cause even more shock. 5. Proper acclimation. The first contact can be fatal. Imagine leaving an environment at 72 degrees Fahrenheit and within seconds being thrown into one at 80 degrees Fahrenheit, with completely different pH, hardness, and oxygen levels. For a fish, this isn't just uncomfortable, it's a shock that can cause death within hours or days. And worse still, many owners don't even realize this is the cause. When you buy a new fish, the biggest mistake is releasing it directly into the aquarium. Even if the water appears clean, the chemical and thermal differences between the bag and the aquarium are dangerous. The correct acclimation process takes about 30 to 60 minutes and can be life-saving. How to do it? Float the closed bag in the aquarium for 15 minutes to equalize the temperature. Then open the bag and every 5 minutes, slowly add small amounts of aquarium water to the bag. This allows the fish to gradually adapt to the new environment. Never pour water from the bag into the aquarium. It may contain ammonia, pathogens, or medications used in the store. The first contact with the aquarium determines the fish's future. If it starts out stressed, its lifespan is already shortened. 6. Lighting and circadian cycle. Too much light also kills. Aquarium lighting is much more than aesthetic. For fish, it influences behavior, appetite, reproduction, and immunity. Just like us, they follow a circadian cycle, meaning they need a period of light and darkness to maintain biological balance. The most common mistake? Leaving the light on all day, sometimes for as long as 14 or 16 hours. This causes stress, disrupts metabolism, and promotes algae growth. It also disrupts fish's sleep. Yes, fish sleep. They reduce activity, lower their metabolism, and rest at night. Ideally, keep the light on for 8 to 10 hours a day. And to ensure regularity, use automatic timers. This way, your fish's routine doesn't depend on your schedule. Another important point? Avoid direct sunlight, as it not only heats the water uncontrollably, but also accelerates algae growth and disrupts the environment.
7. Daily observation. The body speaks before death arrives. A fish doesn't suddenly become ill. It warns beforehand, but most owners don't understand because they don't have the habit of observing carefully. Taking 2 to 3 minutes a day to simply observe your fish calmly can be the difference between acting in time or losing an animal. What to watch for? Behavior is the first sign. A fish that isolates itself, stops swimming normally, loses its appetite, or gasps for air at the surface is crying for help. Visible lesions, white spots, retracted fins, or swollen eyes are also clear warning signs. Many problems begin subtly. A betta that stops opening its tail as before, a neon that moves away from the school, a guppy that spends the day at the bottom. All of these can indicate stress, infection, or poor water quality. Upon identifying any change, it's best to immediately test the parameters and, if necessary, isolate the affected fish in a hospital tank. The sooner you act, the greater the chances of recovery.
8. Regular maintenance, the secret to years of life. There's no healthy fish in a dirty aquarium. And here, dirty doesn't just mean appearance. It means a buildup of invisible toxins that accumulate over time. Even with a good filter, the water needs weekly maintenance. Otherwise, the environment slowly becomes hostile, even if it appears clean on the outside. Ideal maintenance involves partial water changes between 20% and 30% per week, with new water treated with conditioner to remove chlorine and heavy metals. Don't change the entire water at once. This destabilizes the aquarium's biology and causes more harm than good. During water changes, take the opportunity to siphon the bottom, removing leftover food, feces, and accumulated debris. This prevents ammonia spikes and improves oxygenation. Clean the glass only with special tools, without chemicals. Oh, and check the filters. Only wash with the aquarium's own water, which you remove during maintenance, never with tap water, which kills beneficial bacteria. Trust us, 20 minutes a week can mean years of extra life for your fish.
Caring for fish isn't complicated, but it does require attention to detail. Small habits like checking the temperature, feeding the right amount, or changing the water weekly make a huge difference in your fish's lifespan. And most importantly, these practices create a stable environment where fish live with less stress, are healthier, and are much more active. Many people lose fish due to mistakes that could be avoided with simple measures. Now that you know these 8 points, you're ahead of most beginners, and even many experienced aquarists who still underestimate the importance of routine. Which of these care tips were you already practicing? Which will you start applying to your aquarium? Leave a comment. And if you want more practical tips on fish keeping, ideal fish for each type of aquarium, and how to set up your own step by step, subscribe to the channel. There's a lot of content coming. Your aquarium can be more than just beautiful. It can be stable, healthy, and long-lasting. And that starts with information.